Hi everyone, I am ODS Orbit, and with me is ODS Kangaroo. In this video, we're actually going to be going over weapons and weapon mods. So in Blackout Protocol, weapons obviously is a really big part of the gameplay, and having a wide variety of weapons in your arsenal is gonna make it or break it for you. In this example, I actually got a tactical crossbow blueprint.
This is the weapons printer where you'll be able to interact with, and then you can cash in your blueprint that you received, and it'll unlock it for your next run, and then you'll be able to use the weapon that you unlocked from then on.
So I'm gonna go ahead and turn in my tactical crossbow. So another thing to keep in mind of is that even though these assault rifles are both level 2s, you'll notice that the perks are actually different. So for this assault rifle, if I were to unlock 6 points in firearm, you'll see that I'll get a plus 10% increase to physical damage. But for this one, if I unlock 8 points, you'll see that I'll actually gain 5 HP for each kill. So keep that in mind anytime you see a weapon drop for a particular weapon. Take a look at the mods. It might be something that might apply to your build a little bit better. So as you play the game, you will get more blueprints to unlock more weapons. However, that might not always be the case. You might actually get a higher tier of that same weapon. The screen that you're seeing right now, I have a level 1 assault rifle and a level 5. As you can see, the level 5 has way more perks than the level 1. So just a hot tip for some of you players out there. You're not tied to just one primary weapon. So your number 2 is your primary weapon that you pick in the beginning, and you probably noticed that number 1 is your pistol. You can replace this by highlighting your pistol weapon by pressing 1, and if you press E on a weapon that might be in an area somewhere, this will actually replace your number 1 weapon with this primary weapon. This allows you to essentially have 2 primary weapons on your number 1 and 2 slots, which is highly suggested because the pistol is kind of a pea shooter. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and I'm sure you'd rather have minigun and an assault rifle, or a crossbow and a submachine gun.
You'll soon realize that all the different weapons have their own characteristics, and they all have their pros and cons. The minigun, which I am using, it's great for mowing down enemies, but the reload time is just not great.
Not just the reload time, but the charge time to even start
the
firing
charge time also
takes forever.
I'm doing great damage, but
Ow!
now I'm out of ammo, and I'm stuck, and I died.
And I'm also gonna die soon. So as you can see here in the beginning, we're actually able to see all the weapons that I've unlocked. And you'll see that they're colored differently according to their card or their background. So the red weapons are considered firearm types, green is considered bio, purple is considered psionic type weapons, and finally the yellow is considered R&D. A really good idea in your team to diversify your weapon loadouts to make sure you're covering up each other's weaknesses. Right now, ODS Kangaroo is using a arc cannon, and just like you, enemies have their own psych meter. ODS Kangaroo is gonna end up using it, and as you can see right there, the enemies actually drop their weapons. So you can use this as part of your strategy when you're fighting a lot of the tougher enemies, especially if they have firearms like these guys. They'll end up dropping their weapon and you won't have to deal with their ranged attacks. Because we're in the safety area, I could actually start talking about the weapon mod system. So the synaptic enhancements tie with the weapon mod system. In this example, we have an assault rifle, which is classified as a firearm type. So I'll go ahead and open my inventory. And actually, you'll see that I'm holding 2 different firearm weapons, which again is tied to the color of the background. And luckily, in the safety room, there is a firearm nether cube. So that means all the synaptic enhancement cards that appear in here will all be firearms type, which is good because technically I'm trying to level up the perks here for the firearms type. So as you can see here, for the assault rifle category or level 2, I would need 5 to unlock negative 50% friendly fire damage, which is great because friendly fire is always active, and I would need 7 points to increase damage to target's position more than 3 meters away by 20%. So I'll go ahead and pick this up, and you'll see at the very bottom the firearm points says 1 + 1, so that obviously means I'll have 2 points in firearms. I'll go ahead and pick the platinum one. And now when I open the inventory again, obviously you'll see that when I open up the inventory, you'll see that I have 2 points under firearms. So you might be asking yourself, how do I get the higher level perks on the weapons? So for example, this level 2 assault rifle has 2 perks, one to unlock the friendly fire damage and one to increase the physical damage. And you'll see that I need 5 points and 6 points to actually unlock them. In order for you to actually unlock the higher level perks, there is a stat that you can upgrade later on where you can start off with more points in a specific firearm type. For example, the firearm proficiency, psionic, R&D, and bionics. If you upgrade these, this will allow you to get the higher level perks on those higher level weapons.
I hope this video about weapons and weapon mods helped you guys understand a little more about our weapon system. In our next video, we're going to go over enemies and light and dark mechanics. So we'll see you there.